Hey everybody, MichaelBtheGameGenie here, and on today's video we're going to be talking all about Arcade1Up screen or monitor quality. For a while there with the legacy cabinets, we in fact got some bad monitors, MK30th being a prime example. But now with the Capcom Yoga Flame Edition, it looks like we're going back to good monitors with the BOE returning. Is this a sign that we're going to get all good monitors going forward, or could we see the return of the TN monitors in the future? I'll tell you more about it right after this. So that's right, guys. Today we're talking all about Arcade1Up screen or monitor quality. Honestly, this feels like a video that I've never stopped making. It's like Screengate 2 Electric Boogaloo. Anyways, I want to say thank you so much for checking out the video. Guys, I always appreciate the support. And if this is your first time to the channel, you like what you see, please go ahead, do the YouTube stuff, subscribe, click the bell for notifications, all that jazz. So one of the big points of conversation in the home arcade community this past little while has been a couple YouTubers got some tips from somebody in the YouTube community with some inside information that there was going to be some problems with the NFL Blitz Cab. Proposed NFL Blitz Cab, as we can see from this supposed leaked photo. Well, anyways, this is Jeff Rainwater. He did a stream last week, and he was tipped off by Arcade1Up insider Zohar, console fanboy, who you can see in the chat here, who actually got his information from an old stream that Rev did, using some maybe outdated information about what Arcade1Up may be releasing with Blitz and his theories at the time, maybe on conversations he had with someone we don't know. But this information's been brought up again to say that Blitz was going to be bad. So they're stating that there's going to be no 49-way joysticks, there's going to be no late hits, it's going to be a watered down or altered ROM, and they're also saying it's going to have a bad screen. So I can't validate a lot of the points that these guys made in their videos based on supposed old information. Like, I can't validate whether or not it's going to use the original ROM. I can't validate whether or not it's going to have the entire player roster that was available in the original arcade. I can't say whether or not they took out the late hits, and I can't say whether or not it's going to have 49-way joysticks. But one thing I can say is I actually don't know what monitor is going to be in NFL Blitz. And these guys may be right that we might not be getting a 4.3 BOE monitor in Blitz. We may in fact be getting a TN monitor. Now, you guys may remember that this monitor issue started coming out when Arcade1Up released their new XL line of cabinets. That's what they're unofficially being called. Here's me at my buddy Mike Dalton's house checking out his Golden Tee 3D XL cabinet just to see how good or bad the screen was, in fact, in person, and if all the things I heard about it were true. And unfortunately, it was using a TN monitor, and it was suffering from all the screen issues that people were complaining about. Sure, looking directly at the cabinet front on, it was, as B says, playable, but honestly, any turn to the left or the right, up and down, and you started to get some serious discoloration. It just wasn't a good screen. So I understand that quality is completely subjective to the user, and a lot of people have the Golden Tee XL cab. They love it. They don't care about the screen washout. That's fine. Me personally, I expect a little bit more, especially seeing the quality that we've had in the 3/4 scale units for so long with their beautiful BOE monitor. But that was okay, right? Because the screen quality was just because it's almost impossible to source a BOE or IPS 19-inch monitor for Arcade1Up to get in mass consumption in order to make a cabinet line like Golden Tee and the NBA Jam that's going to be coming up pretty soon. We were safe in the 3/4 scale, right? Unfortunately, that wouldn't hold up. As we saw later that year, Arcade1Up were in fact going to be releasing 3 new Legacy Edition cabinets, Centipede, Pac-Mania, and the Mortal Kombat 30th anniversary that would in fact come with a 5.4 TN monitor of the same quality that was in the Golden Tee cabinet. The BOE monitor was gone. Did this mean that we weren't getting any BOE monitors anymore, or was it specifically for this cab? Well, one thing came up at the time of release is that these cabinet prices were coming in a lot lower than we anticipated them coming in at. They were coming in at just $50 more, or just a little bit of an increase compared to the last generation of Arcade1Up cabinets. Gone were the $499 and $599 price points on the 3/4 scale. We were back down to $499 in the US and $649 in Canada. So we did pretty well. It was only a $50 increase over the $599 price point we had before. And the reason we were given as to why these cabs were potentially coming in at a lower price, despite having obvious, quality improvements to the design, to the build. We got molded coin doors, but maybe they were using a little bit of a cheaper monitor and passing those cost savings on to us. At least that's what we thought. If you flash forward to my stream from just a couple days ago talking about the quality of the screens, we in fact got confirmation from an Arcade1Up official, John D, during the conversation. As you can see here, BOE confirmed for the Capcom Yoga Flame and Miss Pac-Man Legacy. This is something that had been previously brought up by UAG on a stream earlier. And then on top of that, we were looking for additional information that we could find that the Capcom Yoga Flame and Miss Pac-Man Legacy were moving back to the BOE monitor. So our good buddy 19K Fox submitted a ticket to Arcade1Up, and guess what? That's right, guys. According to 19K Fox's ticket, and I'm sorry, Fox, if I'm stealing this and you haven't had a chance to use it yet, both the ASOTV Capcom Legacy, I don't know what the ASOTV stands for, but both the Capcom Legacy Shinku Hadouken and Legacy Yoga Flame will carry LCD monitor 17-inch 4:3 ratio. We also found out about Miss Pac-Man, but there it is. Clear as day, these cabinets will in fact have a BOE monitor instead of the 5x4 TN. But what's super interesting about that is both those cabinets also carry the same price point as the previously announced Legacy Edition cabinets, with the Hadouken coming in at $499 US, $649 Canadian, and the Miss Pac-Man Legacy coming in at exactly the same price point. So even though this monitor doesn't have the TN monitor, it seems that they're exactly at the same price point. So it doesn't seem that there was really any cost savings forwarded onto us from using the TN monitor on the other cabinets. And there goes the theory that I had that maybe Arcade1Up can't do BOE monitors on all their cabinets because of limited supply. Maybe with the Legacy units, we would get TN monitors and they would be a little bit cheaper, while the mainstream releases would all get BOE. That's out the window too. So where does that leave us going forward? Well, if you guys saw the leaks that went up on Gamefly a couple days ago, Gamefly really do want to spoil everything for Arcade1Up, don't they? Now, before everybody gets too excited, I wouldn't put too much weight into what came up on the Gamefly post. I think this is more of a holdover from what happened last time when they put up their original list. Something on the website was slated to come up at this point, and they gave us the release dates. These are pretty much the exact same release dates we got from the last list of Gamefly leaks, so no real new information here. But we've got NFL Blitz coming up in the near future, and I thought for sure you guys were going to get a BOE monitor, but I don't know now. I don't know what's going to happen, because here's the thing. I thought it was going to be just TN monitors on the Legacy, regular releases BOE, but I'm getting the impression that the availability of BOE and whether or not BOE is going to be in a cabinet is dependent on whether or not a BOE monitor in mass quantity is available when the cabinet itself is being built. So specifically what I mean there is, if Arcade1Up is in the process of building a cabinet, they put their notices out to suppliers that they need X amount of product or X amount of supplies for this, and a company comes back and says, sorry, we don't have enough BOE monitors to fulfill your orders, they're not going to put the project on hold until there's more BOE monitors. They're just going to find another monitor. So when people are saying, will NFL Blitz have a bad monitor? it's a possibility because it depends on the product availability cycle and when Arcade1Up actually builds Blitz and put it out there. Do they have available BOE monitors to add to the Blitz cabinets at the time that they're building them? Or will they go out and source TN monitors? If so, will the TN monitors be good? Yeah, 5x4 is not a dirty word. There are good 5x4 TN monitors. Unfortunately, the ones that Arcade1Up used last time just weren't the good ones. So if you guys watch my good buddy 19K Fox, he's essentially cracked the code. He found a monitor out there. It's a Dell i7-15S monitor that in fact has a TN monitor that is compatible with the new MK30 17-inch screen, and it looks absolutely fantastic, which you will see in a while. There is such a thing as a good TN monitor. As you can see now on screen, look at these angles. Everything looks crisp, clear. This is what this cabinet could have looked like if Arcade1Up bought the right TN monitor. This is not a matter of cheaping out or anything like that. It's not a price point. It's just research and making sure you have the right backlight in your TN monitor to make sure that the lighting levels are good. As you can see going down on the floor, that's where you finally notice some of that discoloration and washout we've seen with other screens. But from side to side and everything that a normal person would look for, you're getting a great picture with this TN monitor. So it is possible. So guys, I do concede to at least one aspect of the people making these videos saying NFL Blitz will be bad in the monitor, in the fact that if Arcade1Up is unable to source any BOE monitors in the quantity they need when building the cabinet, they will not delay production to wait for the BOE monitors, which I don't think anybody would want. You want it sooner than later. They will build it on schedule, but they'll source TN monitors. The only thing is, hopefully they're the good TN monitors with the appropriate backlighting. It might not have the best picture quality compared to a BOE monitor, but the truth is the 5x4 TN monitors actually have a little bit less lag. BOE monitors have lag. TN monitors have a little bit less, but of course BOE has the better picture quality. TN can still have a really good picture quality, just needs really good backlighting. So if Arcade1Up in Blitz and maybe even future cabinets have to use 5x4 TN monitors, just do some research and make sure you got that full screen backlighting on there. You'll be in good shape. And you know what? The community will actually be maybe a little bit okay. It might not be BOE, but with the right backlighting, TN can work just fine. Trust me. And take that into consideration for your XL and 19-inch monitor cabs going forward as well. Anyways, guys, let me know in the comments, what do you think? Do you think there's a possibility, based on what we've seen this past year, that Arcade1Up could use a TN monitor in their big release cabs going forward, like Blitz, like Time Crisis, or even like Marvel vs. Capcom 2, if that's a thing? Do you think that's possible based on the information I've given you today, release schedules, and quantity available? Do you think it's possible? And if it is done, would you still be interested in buying the cab? If it is at least a higher quality TN monitor, like Fox showed in his Mortal Kombat monitor swap, would you be willing to buy it then? Let me know in the comments. Anyways, guys, I wanted to say thank you so much for watching the video. This is Michael B. the Game Genie, and I'll talk to you next time.